Hello everyone, welcome to the Learning Notebook. Today we are continuing our series, Computer Fundamentals, and this is Lesson 6. In this lesson, we will learn about peripheral devices. But before we begin, you can check out other lessons in this series from the Computer Fundamentals for Beginners playlist. Now, let's get started. Today, our agenda covers the meaning of peripheral devices, the different types, their characteristics, and their importance. And finally, we'll wrap things up with a quick MCQ quiz to test what you've learned. All right, let's jump right into Section 1, the meaning of peripheral devices. So what exactly are they? Well, to put it simply, peripheral devices are hardware components, either external or internal, that connect to a computer to enhance its functionality. Now, the absolute key thing to remember here is that they operate around the main system. They aren't the brain of your computer, like the CPU, and they aren't the core memory. Instead, they're the extras. They're the tools that let us, the users, actually interact with the machine, whether that's inputting data, getting output, or storing files. Moving on to Section 2, let's explore the types of peripheral devices. We can basically break these down into three main categories. Category A is input peripheral devices. Their whole job is to convert user data into a machine-readable form. They're the tools we use to literally talk to the computer and enter data. Every time you type a message using your keyboard, click a link with your mouse, scan a document with a scanner, record a voice note on your microphone, or hop on a video call with a webcam, you're using an input device to tell the machine exactly what to do. Next up, Category B, output peripheral devices. These do the exact opposite of input devices. Their function is to take that machine data and convert it back into a human-readable form. They show us the processed results so we can actually understand them. So your monitor screen, a printer for your physical documents, speakers for playing your favorite music, and a projector for sharing visuals on a big screen. Those are all perfect examples of output devices. And our final category, C, is storage peripheral devices. As you might guess from the name, their main function is to store and transfer data for future use. This can be permanent or just temporary. Whenever you hit save, you're relying on one of these. Great examples include a hard disk drive, or HDD, a solid-state drive, SSD, your trusty portable pen drive, a memory card for your phone or camera, and of course, older formats like a CD or DVD. If we look at this summary table, it really helps to visualize the flow of data. With input devices, data flows from the user to the machine. With output devices, it flows from the machine right back to the human. And with storage devices, it's a bidirectional flow, meaning the computer can write data out to be saved and read it back in when needed. Okay, let's transition to Section 3, the characteristics of peripheral devices. What specific traits do all these devices share? Well, there are 5 key characteristics. First, they are connected either externally or internally to your system. Second, they work entirely under the control of the CPU. They don't do anything on their own. Third, they expand the system's overall functionality. Fourth, they can be easily added or removed. Think about how easy it is to just plug and unplug a USB drive, right? And fifth, they perform very specific tasks. Your printer is only going to print, and your microphone is only going to record sound. Which brings us nicely to Section 4, the importance of peripheral devices. Why are they so crucial if the CPU is the one doing all the heavy lifting? Well, their importance is huge. First off, they drastically enhance computer usability. Without them, your computer is basically just a silent box of circuits. Second, they allow seamless communication between you and the system. Third, they give us vital extra storage when our internal space fills up. Fourth, they support all the things we love to do: multimedia, gaming, running a business. And finally, they significantly improve system performance and flexibility, making our computers interactive, efficient, and super user-friendly. All right, we've covered some fantastic ground today. Let's head into Section 5 for a quick knowledge recap. It's time to put that fresh knowledge to the test. Question 1. Peripheral devices are A. Inside CPU. B. Core processing units. C. External devices connected to computer. Or D. Only storage devices. Take a quick second to think about our definition. If you guessed C, external devices connected to the computer, you nailed it. They operate around the main system, remember? Great job. Let's look at the next one. Question 2. Which of the following is a peripheral device? Is it A, CPU, B, RAM, C, keyboard, or D, ALU? Which one of these do we actually use to interact with the system? The correct answer is C, keyboard.
The CPU, RAM, and ALU are all core internal components, whereas the keyboard is an input peripheral. Moving right along, question 3. Peripheral devices are connected to A. Internet, B. CPU, C. Motherboard/computer system, or D. Software only. How do these devices physically attach to the setup? If you said C, motherboard/computer system, excellent work. They plug right into the system so the CPU can easily control them.
Question 4. Peripheral devices are mainly used for A. Processing data, B. Entering, storing, or displaying data, C. Controlling CPU, or D. Running BIOS. Think back to our 3 big categories.
The answer is B, entering, storing, or displaying data. That perfectly lines up with our input, storage, and output device functions.
All right, last burst of focus. Question 5. A USB keyboard is A. CPU device, B. Peripheral input device, C. Processing unit, or D. Input device. Look closely at the options to find the absolute most complete answer here. The correct answer is B. Peripheral input device. While it definitely is an input device, calling it a peripheral input device is the most accurate description based on everything we discussed today. Give yourself a massive round of applause for finishing that recap. So that was it for today's lesson. I hope you found this class useful. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for upcoming lessons in our Computer Fundamentals series. In the next class, we will study memory and storage devices. Until then, stay tuned, stay healthy, and happy studying. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.